If you move on our little continuum to level 2, let's take a different example. Again, I'm borrowing something from a religion curriculum offered by the Office of Ed and the Academy of the New Church. So I'm lifting their curriculum, but I'm showing a different way to teach it. Okay? In this case, an example is, again, looking at the New Testament, looking at Jesus. And Jesus met with a lot of conflict. People didn't always agree with how he thought you should treat people. And one of the most powerful stories that this lesson plan is about is when a woman was running down the street being chased by her neighbors with stones. She had been caught in adultery, and they felt that justice meant that they had to stone her to death. That would keep order in the community, that anybody who steps out of line, especially in the area of adultery, she should be punished. And all their laws said this is what needs to be done. Okay? As we all know, if you know that story, is that Jesus said, no, wait a minute. He who is without sin cast the first stone. So there's a whole message there in the New Testament about let's look at balancing order and laws and justice. Balance that with when do we show compassion and help people to go sin no more. The key concept here that 9th and 10th graders are able to understand is that life is complicated, and sometimes we need to have a balance of order and justice. Now, at level 2 in teaching, it's very possible for you to say, okay, here are some readings. Here's the number John 8, 1 to 11. Here's the essence of the idea from TCR. Here's something from the Arcana. You could have those readings, but you might also start to negotiate with the student about the element of time. How soon are they going to be responsible for a part of the story? Are you going to empower them to maybe act out the story? They love to do that kind of thing. Are you going to let them decide when they are going to analyze this? And then I might even go a little further and encourage the teacher to really focus on maybe even some current issues that are happening in the student's life right now. For instance, it's not unusual that in a high school that there will be disagreements about maybe a principal has made a decision. A principal has decided that somebody has to be punished. Or maybe a local judge has made a decision or a ruling that somebody has to be punished. Or maybe one of their role models has just gone to jail. Like, let's say a rock star has broken a rule, drunk driving. Maybe the young person has seen somebody sell marijuana on campus, and somebody had a ruling, said, to keep order, we have to have punishments. Yet also there's the issue of compassion. So you might relate this universal truth about the importance of balancing order and compassion and bringing it to something in their life right now. So empowering the students to see if they can find a connection between the two and give them, negotiate with them about the element of time. Okay, sometime in the next 2 weeks, you tell me when you can find either an example in the newspaper or maybe a famous court case or something right here at our own school or something down the street. See if you can relate this issue of how hard it is to make really good decisions, balancing order and compassion. And then you'd have the students perform what they now understand, either in the form of a skit or in a speech or maybe in a PowerPoint or a reenactment of a trial, that kind of thing. See what I mean? So that's an example of trying to go more than just memorizing quotes from the Word, but really seeing if you can help them create it. And you allow a little room for them to come up with some ideas. Notice that the teacher still has decided the basic curriculum at this point, but you've empowered the students a little bit more.